Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Victoria 3. This is a follow-up to the video, Is it possible to restore the Emperor of Japan? Because I, my friends, was wrong. As you can see, the Emperor of Japan, Meiji Yamato, has returned to his rightful place as head of state. How did we make this happen? Well, of course, it was a journal entry. It was hiding from me. So, a quick recap of how you make this happen. When you start as the Japanese shogunate and you go into your little journal, there will be an entry called the Honorable Restoration. In order to trigger it, you need to kick the shogunate out of your government. And I thought originally this meant marginalizing them, which is below 5% clout, but no, you just literally kick them out. And then it will trigger the journal entry. Now you might think that sounds really easy. And sure, it's easy to kick them out, but what comes next is not. The Honorable Restoration, in order to actually trigger it, you have a few requirements that have to be in place for 10 years. 1. The shogunate cannot be in government. 2. The shogunate must not be powerful, which means they have to have 20% clout or less, which is really tough. There's a lot of law changes and suppression that goes on to make that happen. It took me, I think, like 40 years or something, but we did do it. 3rd, there can be no insurrectionary elements of the country, so no revolutions going on, no civil wars. 4, you have to be at peace, which was the hardest part for me, honestly. I just wanted to go conquer things. And 5, certainly not least, is you have to own all of Kanto, because that is where the capital moves to once the restoration takes place. So after doing all of that, Emperor Meiji Yamato takes his rightful place on the throne. If you do it before the years 1867, which was historically when the Edo period ended, I believe it's a different emperor that takes over. But like I said, it's really hard to do this now with the new legitimacy system. So if you can do it before 67, good on you. Let me know how that worked. But once you trigger the restoration, you are given 3 new journal entries to actually fulfill it and begin the renewal of Japan. The first one is to weaken the samurai. This is the easiest one by far. You just need the samurai to not be powerful and have them kicked out of government, and then there will be like an event to reform them a little bit. The second is to end sakoku, the basically isolationist policies of the shogunate, which is a lot easier when you have Meiji Yamato because he is a part of the industrialists, which is historically accurate. Emperor Meiji really wanted to bring Japan forward, industrialize them, modernize them, and he did so successfully. So once you have ended the isolationist trade policies, and I believe you have to end closed borders as well, sakoku will be over, the country will be open, all will be well, which just leaves the third and final one, which was a little trickier for me. That is that 70% of applicable Japanese states, which I believe means any incorporated state. So if you went like on a colonizing and a conquering spree, if you incorporated them, they will count, I believe, don't quote me on that. But 70% of them have to be industrialized, which means you need a level 5 urban center or more in those areas. I actually had like a bugged out Hokkaido. It wasn't really a bug, it was just an unfortunate interaction where I didn't have enough population for the infrastructure to take place, because the gold fields were taking up more infrastructure than I had and didn't have enough population to field further infrastructure. It was like this terrible cycle that just kept me out of low population, turmoil, you know, the whole shebang. But eventually I did fix it by allowing migration into the country, so ending sakoku actually made that easier. It was a good thing. So you might be wondering, after all that recap, what more is there to do? The Emperor smiles upon the land. Well, my friends, the only thing left to do is to do something very rare in Victoria 3, and that is to change the state religion. We are going to be adopting state Shinto. With the restoration of the imperial household to political power, it would be wise to integrate local beliefs into an official state religion, emphasizing the emperor's divinity. So today, we're going to do this. We're also going to see if we can make a theocracy. I know I tried so hard to make the emperor to restore the emperor to his rightful place, but now we're going to kick him out. So, in order to do that, they got mad. Oh, wait, did it just instantly happen? What? Oh. It did. Well, hi, guys. That was far less dramatic than I was expecting. Okay, kind of anticlimactic. Oh, I can stop suppressing them. Good job, good job. So the Shinto monks are here. How are you different? I don't know. So it looks like they're pious, patriarchal. I don't think this changed. No. So this is what changed. The Shinto piousness. Okay. So they strongly endorse monarchy, which makes sense. They like state religion. Okay. They strongly oppose multiculturalism, which I have, so they're going to have to get over that. And they like autocracy. This group believes in the divinity of the emperor and ties this belief to the old worship of gods and spirits. Well... Huh. That is a problem. So because Meiji Yamato is part of the industrialists, we need the industrialists in our government to have any form of legitimacy whatsoever. Technically, couldn't I use someone else to switch to theocracy? So the main reason I'm doing this, out of curiosity, is because the Shinto religion likes the emperor. So what happens if we make them the landowners? What? If we make the Shinto monks the leaders of the faction? Like, will they just take over, or will they be like, hey, emperor, you're our emperor, so can you lead the new theocracy? Is there a reason that you like theocracy? Or are you just... okay. Well, this is our government. Let's give it a shot. Time for theocracy. Someone also asked me to check out if we could make a constitutional theocracy, and I'll give it a shot. I'm assuming that just means we need to have voting, which as of right now, we are an autocracy. I actually don't like voting. Oh dear. A revolution. I don't actually like the voting systems in this game, but it is the easiest way to have legitimacy, so we'll get this rolling. We'll see what's what. This revolution is actually for landed voting. Huh. Why are you not going? Oh. We are illegitimate because the industrialists have kicked themselves out. Great. Hello, Fabe from the future here. I realized eventually that there was a way for me to toy around with legitimacy, you know, after an hour and a half of recording. And I did that, and it worked. So I do have a functional theocracy save. There's just one problem. My hard drive filled up while I was recording it, so I'm going to attempt to recreate the theocracy thing. I'm tired of recording this, so we'll see what we can do. But the way you do it is we throw in the Shinto monks. There is a big problem here, and that is that the Shinto monks are not very strong. They inherited the strength of the Buddhist monks, but because we just switched religion all willy-nilly, it's going to take time for Shintoism to catch on, which is why I'm assuming they're so weak, because they're just going to... they have 17.8 now, and that looks good. But even if I bolster them, it is going to drop like a rocket. So we're going to throw these guys in, we're going to bolster them, we're going to go over to our taxes here, and we're going to drop it to nothing. This provides us with plus 10 legitimacy, which just barely ekes us across unacceptable government. Now there's going to be a problem, but we'll address that problem once we get there. We have enough now to begin the process of theocracy. Of course, this is going to upset a few people, and they're going to join the landed voting revolution. So, you know, we'll see how this goes. And I'll get back to you whenever either a checkpoint is made or the problem I fear pops up. And there is the problem I was afraid of. Because the Shinto government, or the Shinto monks, are not very strong, or, see, they've gone down 6%, or 7%, just because there's not a whole lot of them. So, we're gonna have to kick them out. And you might be wondering, who can take their place? The landowners. Barely. Look at that, Shogunate, you're finally being useful. They're upset, unfortunately. So we can toss them in and they'll continue the theocracy train, but we only have a little bit of time before they get really upset. So this first tick is incredibly important. And the first tick triggers this. This is not the Mahayana way. Well, too bad, because we're not a Mahayana faction. We are Shinto, but the game doesn't seem to realize that. So, what's going to happen is this preserved monarchy thing is going to go to critical in time. And of course that means they revolt, they leave the government. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. But, like I mentioned, I did manage to push through theocracy once before. How did it happen? Well, my first tick was the Emperor intervenes. Why did the Emperor intervene in unseating himself? I don't know, especially since I worked so hard to seat him. But let me hop over to that save file, and I'll show you around. Alrighty. In this save file, I was able to trigger theocracy, luckily. It was really sheer dumb luck. And I wish my hard drive wasn't full. That's my fault, of course, but it was like literally by the skin of my teeth. If it didn't go through at 20% with the Emperor's intervention, I was gonna have a revolution and I wouldn't be able to do it. So that was a really lucky roll of the die. Sorry I can't show it to you. I feel terrible about it, but we're gonna move on. What that did was it turned us into theocracy. It didn't have a fancy name or anything. It was just theocracy, and we had a high priest. A high priest from the intelligentsia, though, and my government was fully legitimate with just the intelligentsia. I don't know why. So, I took that opportunity to push through universal suffrage because someone wanted to see a constitutional theocracy, but I became a theocratic democracy. Probably because everyone can vote, and that's kind of how democracies work, if I were to guess. So, what we'll do is during the first election... Is this the first election? I think it is. I'll see if I can push through a different voting type. Because I suppose a democracy could be a constitutional democracy. Maybe? I have no idea. Not even a little bit of an idea. But I'm assuming we can just... someone wants me to restore autocracy. Just shoot through one of these, I imagine. I mean, we technically have universal suffrage. No, we have census suffrage, right? In the United States. I don't know, I'll try switching. The Progressive Party won quite handily. Let's throw them in. Okay, hold on. There we go. What? This is why I hate voting in this game. What has happened to my legitimacy? What do you mean I'm completely illegitimate? Okay. Confirm. You two came together. Come here. Go out. What am I looking at? What am I... Let's try something else then. Let's try a census suffrage. Maybe I can become a constitutional theocracy. I don't know. Sure. I have 3 voting systems to try. You know, I just realized, while I'm watching this tick down, in my other playthrough... Oh, it failed. In my other playthrough... The one where I... Not other playthrough, but my previous recording attempt, the first one where I recorded for an hour and a half, and I kind of gave up because I was having conflicts between... They just disappeared. No, they're right here. I couldn't get the Shinto monks... I couldn't get Theocracy going. I couldn't. And it was sheer dumb luck I even got it on this save file. But I'm a constitutional empire in that save file with universal suffrage. So I'm not sure why... I'm sorry, what? Oh, I clicked oligarchy. I didn't really want to do that. There's a revolution going on for right of assembly. What does this do again? Honestly, I'm okay with an oligarchy. Go. Have at it. Something also worth noting is that when we switched to a theocracy, I upset a whole lot of people. Most of my country is radical. Yeah. That's also because of this. Oh no, the Ripper. Just who we needed. It was like the oligarchy didn't go through. Well, I can't enact your right of assembly because you won't make me a legitimate government. I could put you in. Progressive people. Well, while this oligarchy is going around in a circle, allow me to share my thoughts. Switching to the honorable restoration thing was cool. It was really tedious and difficult, but I liked it a lot. The state Shinto thing is like, I don't want to, I'm going to say it. It's half-assed. It's like Shinto in name, but there's no mechanic around it really. Unless, like, you have to literally wait for everyone to change from Mahayana to Shinto. Because we changed the state religion, but look at this population. Well, this clout. It collapsed because, well, everyone is still Mahayana. So, I was hoping we'd have like a unique high priest sort of thing, but we didn't. Hey look, now we're an oligarchy. That happened quickly. I'm surprised the industrialists don't like this. So how did that change? A theocratic oligarchy. I see. Yeah. It seems that Shinto has like the most basic of basic descriptors. Which is unfortunate. I was hoping it had something cool, but it does not. It's a shame. 10 million. Isn't my population... Okay, that's more than I thought it was. Okay. I mean, that's not bad, but for a state religion being 1/5... I don't know. I feel like the Shinto thing is just a name, in name only, sort of thing. Sino. Shinto in name only. And isn't really that big of a deal. So let me show you my other save. Where I did make a constitution. And we'll wrap up today's video. Alrighty, welcome to September 8th, 1910. I had a lot of fun in this save. I took over this because I wanted this building. This one right here. I thought I could use this to bolster the Shinto monks' strength and thus make them useful. But then they revolted and I realized I can't reach them from the water, and I have a peace treaty with Siam, so I'm probably going to have to white peach this. Hey, they accepted the white peace. And they just went back to Siam. Okay, that's fine. I'll take it back later. And I'll take more of it. Well, actually, I probably won't. Anyway, the reason I want to show you this is because I am a constitutional empire. Look at it. Our emperor is so happy. Meiji Yamato. We have a state religion of Shinto. We have a single mono progressive party in our government as universal suffrage. Right? Yes, universal suffrage. And the Shinto monks are really weak. They're unbelievably weak. And their leader is Mahayana. Can I repeat the fact that I think this is half-assed? So, I mean, you can change the state religion. It's probably something that, like, over time becomes something cool. But, you know, have the Panama Canal too. I did it. I did the thing. Why was this back here? Oh, I can cancel the Panama survey. Well, too late for that. But yeah. Like I said, Meiji restoration, 10 out of 10. It's really cool. It's a great feature. It's historically accurate. Well, perhaps not accurate, but it's a moment in history that you can replay, and I like that despite how tough it was. The Shinto thing, kind of like an afterthought. You can ignore it, or you can pop it, and just see what happens. It doesn't help that Emperor Yamato, like, triggers the progressive era of Japan. The first major progressive era of Japan. And so, at that point, the religious group is kind of done. And the moment you switch to Shinto, their power just collapses. I was bolstering them the entire time, and they're still all the way down here. So, it is what it is. Sorry the state Shinto thing wasn't that exciting, but this is the farthest I've ever gotten, I think. It was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I took fishing. Just, why not, really? I had a lot of fun. So let me know if you'd like to see more Victoria 3. I will let you know if I come up with anything fun and clever to do. But I can tell you that I'm tired of staring at Japan. So pick somewhere farther away, please. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Sorry it was a little bit shorter, but this was a heck of a recording session, and I need something to eat. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if you would like to see me doing anything happy on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. And I'll see you next time for whatever comes next. Bye.